I know they out here talking like I ain't the man, like I ain't gon' do it. Every single thing they said I can, like I ain't been holding off the tape and giving them a chance, like I ain't afraid to switch the floor up like a change of plans. Change the plans of these rappers, readjust your whole summer. You ain't seen the projections, boy, you gon' be outnumbered. Can't afford not to win, losing ain't in the budget, and it's far from an option, that's why we never discuss it. We don't got that in writing, that's just something we know. Ain't no lights to the altitude, everything is a go. I ain't noticed your progress, what you don't understand is everybody sounding like a little boy to the man. You should know I'm always on my grind, always on my grind. Keep it 9 to 5, I be on my job all the time. Everything is mine, everything is mine. Understand me, if I said it then I mean it, I ain't lying. Understand me, you ain't get it, you should read between the lines. Understand me, no suggestions, clearly I've been doing fine. Understand me, couldn't see me if I opened up the blinds. Understand me, don't request a feature, I ain't got the time. Understand me, yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. Don't come to me for help when your career is looking desperate. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. She'll probably give me brain, cause she knows just where I'm headed. Life is funny, ain't it funny, right? Told you don't disturb me when I'm trying to get this money right. And I'm supposed to trust.
I'm Tyrone, and fuck this fake ass Will Smith.
Bruh.
Fuck this cancer shit. I'm Tyrone. And fuck these brush out of motherfucker. Fuck you gonna do, T.I. looking motherfucker. I'm Tyrone. Fuck this Rico Suave looking motherfucker. Man, fuck that cancer shit, man.
Fuck you, man. This guy just knocked the cigarette off my hand.
The fuck you gonna do, you fake ass Lloyd Banks? I'm Tyrone. And fuck this Wesley Snipes looking motherfucker. I'm here to fuck your wife wrong, big stuff.
Yo.
I'm Tyrone. And fuck this DMX looking motherfucker. Focus,
Bruh.
motherfucker.
Man, what the fuck wrong with you,
Man,
man?
I'm trying to save your goddamn life.
Don't worry about my motherfucking life. Hey, Noob up! What the fuck wrong with you, man?
What the fuck you gonna do, huh? I'm Tyrone. And fuck
Bruh.
this cancer shit. Nigga, what the fuck?
What's up, everybody? Good morning. It is Monday, and if you are having a dang, that was kind of sick. Sorry about that. If you're having one of those Mondays like Tyrone's having there, where you're just like fuck everything, we're glad to have you with us. That's what we're here to do. We're here to just help you through your week. If you don't know who we are tattoo artists, and unfortunately my invisible friend here, D-Man, is not here. And that's how Mondays go, because if you don't know Apex Traffic, well, you just don't fucking know. Oh, good morning. That intro video was provided to you by Chris Pisano. You can find him on Instagram at BXZZANO. I'm having one of those mornings, people. I stayed up late painting because I'm an artist. But, yeah, definitely check him out. I'm not sure if our streaming is good, but if you want, go over to the right-hand side at the bottom and hit live chat, and you can come over here and talk to me right now while we're on the air and help me do the news this morning, because you know what? I looked all last night, and I almost screenshotted how shitty the news feed was last night. I could not find one positive thing. Because that's where we live now, people. We have stopped loving, and we just started hating, and it took over. But I do have a show for you today, so thank you for tuning in. Like I said, we are a tattoo shop. I am Fat Jacks, and I am the owner and lead artist here. If you have any questions, guys, as far as tattoos are concerned, this is not the time to ask. But you can always go to apextattoofactory.com, and yeah, I've been told it's an overly busy page with a ton of information. You're welcome. Anyways, if you're catching us after hours, go to apexarttalk@gmail.com and shoot us a link, man, because I'm telling you, good news is hard to find these days. And, yeah, we want more positive shit. We keep going over and over and over, and it just seems like, you know, everything's shitty. And it's Monday. Mondays fucking suck. But not for me, because this is my day off, and I came in to cheer you guys up. Hopefully, you know, that's always the idea of the program, besides teaching you and letting you know that you are an individual created unlike no other. So if you go out there and you just put some heavy thought to it, I guarantee you can find something about yourself that can make you be your own boss one day. And so that's what I'm here to do. You know, I've had four successful businesses. And if you ever want to know why the one failed, I will definitely spill the beans. And so definitely, hey, if you're here, you're watching, already got people watching, come chat with me. Because today's news section is going to kind of suck without you. Because I'd rather talk to you than discuss how shitty the world is right now. Oh, and also, if you want to listen but you can't watch, you can always go to SoundCloud, type in ATF Art and Entertainment Talk, and that's where we'll be. You know, I try and keep up with it, but sometimes it's a little delayed. But definitely all the rest of the shows are on there. If you happen to miss a couple, you know, I left probably the first 5 or 6 or 7 out just because, you know, we were just filling this thing out. And now that we're doing it, we're there. So, if you thought smoking was bad, what about Monday with Tyrone? What would you do if all of a sudden a Tyrone-looking motherfucker came up to you and slapped some shit out of your hand and told him you gonna fuck your wife? I tell you what, I wish a motherfucker would, because there's not a one human being on this earth that I'm scared of. Anyways, let's see, what do we got today, people? Oh yeah. So if you notice in the caption, or you will once it's posted, we try and lay out everything in the caption below. And today's news says everything in the news sucks. So we'll talk about me and you and everything in between. But I do have one thing, and it touches to what I was discussing about, you know, misleading information and stuff like that on the news. And this rarely happens, people, so when it does, I really have to champion it, because what we have here is a very rare quality of politician, and this politician, I believe, is going to go viral today. We will see, because what he said was downright truth, and sometimes when you tell the truth, you sound like an asshole. And this dude just did it so beautifully, so eloquently. And, yeah. So I'm going to play this here for you, and I'll let you guys decide. Come on.
Floor. So, over the last several days, Mr. Speaker, there's been a lot of discussion about an open and honest debate with respect to school shootings, gun violence, gun control, etc. And an open and honest debate, as I understand it, is one that would rely on data, facts, evidence, analysis, reason, logic, etc., etc. And I'm certainly willing to have that debate. I think if we were going to look seriously at school shootings and gun control, we would analyze things like, why do all mass shootings seem to take place in gun-free zones? Wouldn't it be reasonable to test whether or not the efficacy of gun-free zones have actually achieved what their intended intent is? We'd start to look at most of these shooters come from broken homes. What sort of government policies have actually encouraged broken homes? You can look at left-leaning think tanks like the Brookings Institute that will actually say that some of it can be attributed to various cultural changes that happened in the 60s, to include the abortion industry. You can look at more conservative-leaning organizations that will say that the welfare state contributed significantly to dismantling the family, as families became more and more dependent upon the government than they were mothers and fathers in the home raising children. We could look at various status with those areas within the United States and around the world that have strict gun control measures and what their crime rates look like, whether it's Chicago, New York City, Washington, D.C., and others that have incredibly strict gun laws, and yet for some reason it hasn't seemed to stop the gun violence in those particular areas. We can look at the analysis out of 538, which is considered more of a left-of-center data analysis think tank, where you had several analysts now confirm through the data that they were looking at, not just in the United States, but in Canada, Great Britain, and Australia, that they were shocked that the data did not support what they thought gun control measures would actually achieve. We can look at the number of cases within the United States where a gun has been used for self-defense. Estimates range everywhere from 100,000 uses to over close to 1 million uses within the United States. Now, some organizations and some reporters only want to report on the ones where a gun was used and it actually resulted in the death or maiming of the perpetrator. But if you look at the ones where the gun was used and the mere presence of the firearm actually dissuaded a criminal from committing an act of violence, an act of rape, an act of murder, the number shoots up, it skyrockets. So when people on this side talk about the importance of the Second Amendment, please understand it's not just some base philosophical conviction that we all have. It is rooted in the idea that while we may be a post-Enlightenment society, the vast majority of horrible atrocities that we've seen have happened in those post-Enlightenment societies. Has happened as a result of government systematically disarming citizens and claiming themselves to be the sole responsible party for their security, and then turning on those same citizens and punishing them. That's the most egregious cases. But in the individual cases of self-defense, that's why the people on this side of the aisle hold the Second Amendment in such high esteem, because we honestly believe that you have an inherent right to defend yourself. And your ability to defend yourself should not be excluded to your size. Firearms provide someone that is weaker and not as fast the ability to actually defend themselves from a stronger attacker. Some of the other things that we would look at, and some of the things I would hope we would have bipartisan support for, all of us agree that we need to make sure that our students are better protected when they go to schools. One of the things that we would look at is arming certain teachers. Not every teacher, but a teacher that is comfortable with it, is former law enforcement, is former military, that is now in the classroom. Delegate Plum said yesterday that was ridiculous to consider. Why? Is it because the other side of this debate will only accept one quote-unquote solution to this problem, and that is tearing apart or gutting the Second Amendment? And I understand, we're going to mention just a couple of the bills that were done this year, right? Background checks, getting rid of bump stocks. If you're wondering the other reason why we can't have an honest debate over this one, is because, quite frankly, I don't think any of us on this side of the aisle believe you when you say that's all you want to do. It'll be bump stocks, it'll be background checks, then it'll be different kind of background checks that register the guns. Then after that, it'll be we need to ban assault weapons. What's an assault weapon? Something that looks scary. Then after that, it'll be semi-automatic rifles. After that, it'll be semi-automatic handguns. Then it'll be revolvers, shotguns. Because when the policies fail to produce the results you are promising to your constituents, you'll be back with more reasons on why we've got to infringe on Second Amendment rights. The other reason why it's really difficult to have an honest and open debate about this is because of this, members of this body comparing members on this side of the aisle to Nazis. Members on the other side of the aisle saying that when a 24-year-old teacher gets up and says that the whole debate is between the Second Amendment or her life, that's a false dilemma. And quite frankly, one of the ones that I found the most offensive, along with being compared to Nazis, was being compared to segregationists. I just want to remind everyone someone very quickly. It was not our party that supported slavery, that fought women's suffrage, that rounded up tens of thousands of Asian Americans and put them in concentration camps, that supported Jim Crow, that supported segregation, or supported mass resistance. That wasn't our party. That was the Democrat Party. Now, I'm thrilled that Democrats no longer believe that, and I don't believe that a single current member of this body who is a Democrat ever believe those things, but I would really appreciate it if every time you want to make a powerful point, you don't project the sins, the atrocities, and the injustices that the Democratic Party perpetrated on others onto us. So if we want to have an open and honest debate, I am all for that. Let's do that. But it does start with a certain degree of mutual respect. It starts with a certain degree of not assuming that the only reason why we believe in the Second Amendment is because the NRA paid us off. Well, if that's the sort of logic you want to use, why don't you go take a look at how much money the NRA spends and how much money Planned Parenthood spends? Because when I get up here and I talk about abortion, I don't assume that you're all bought and paid for by Planned Parenthood. I don't assume you're horrible people because I disagree with you on a policy position. I assume you have deep convictions and that we can have an argument and a debate about it. But if you're not willing to reciprocate that level of respect, well, don't be surprised when it becomes more difficult to talk about these things. Because there is a lot that we can do, and there is a lot that we need to do to ensure the security of our children and our citizens. But yes, we are going to have a problem with so-called solutions which infringe on people's liberty under the promise the government will provide for their security. Because ultimately in this last school shooting, we had a perfect example of government being engaged over 30 times and still failing to provide security for those students.
Damn.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Somebody give that man a mic to drop. Oh wait, he had a mic. Yeah, people, that was I mean, wow. I watched this last night and I was fucking floored. I was borderline speechless because he just dropped the most epic bomb that I don't think enough people from the Democratic side understand. Is that, you know, unfortunately at the time, the Democrats were the South, and the Democrats supported the KKK and the Jim Crow laws. Okay, we'll get off this subject. This is why I have no side, because honestly, I could give a shit less what this guy represents, what he represented in that moment, which was, look to me, for the most part, to not be rehearsed. He wasn't reading off any cue card. He was looking around, hand gestures, the whole 9 yards. This dude was intelligent, and he made the most intelligent thing I've heard about this whole fucking gun shooting and everything. Like, you know, there was another school shooting, people, shortly after, and the news didn't play any of it because it didn't fit their narrative. They played it while it was happening in hopes that there was an AR-15 used. The minute they realized that it was a domestic dispute between a child and his parents, and it just so happened that his parents were on the college campus, they dropped the story. I could not find any news station that followed up, that wasn't just like, today a school shooting happened in college campus shooting happened in Michigan, and we're still trying to find the perpetrator. You know, and they were like, even during the live thing, they were scared to say this man was the shooter, the alleged person that we're looking for, wearing this, that, the other. This is his skin complexion. He seems to be this ethnicity in nature, and he might be armed. He's killed 2 people, and we're looking for him. But they would not say anything like that. They were like, "Oh, this is a person of interest," and it's like, people, what is going on? Why can't we get all the stories? Why can't you just lay the chips out on the table like this gentleman did right here and just deal with it? You know what I'm saying? It was tough this morning to find anything about news. So I'm challenging you guys to come onto the live chat. I just posted on my Instagram, so hopefully we'll get a couple more people to join us today. And we don't have to discuss guns. I don't want to discuss guns. What's up, Chase? I see you. I want to talk about what's happening in your life. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody in the government is trying to help you. The government wasn't made for the individual. It was made for the overall population. You were in charge of you. And I would love for one person today to hit me up on this live chat right here and ask me, how do I do this? Give me something you're good at, people, so that I can show you that I'm not just here blabbing my fucking opinion on this microphone, that I'm actually an intelligent human being who's done a lot of fucking shit. Like, I'm not called Jax for no reason. I'm a jack of many trades. So, helping people understand what it takes to be what you were created to be, to capitalize on that gift that you were given. Because the most common misconception is that college is going to get you where you need to go. I've known enough successful business owners to know that most of the people I know, if they went to college, had already started a business first and then just needed to learn some of the logistics of it and went to college. For me, the things that I don't know, I pay somebody to do for me. So to me, I didn't really need any kind of college, major in order to run these businesses. I've been doing it straight out of high school. Did I have to work 2 jobs? Yup. Yeah. All my life, all the way up until about 4 years ago. But you know what? It came. My parachute opened. Just as I don't know if you guys ever caught some of the earlier live feeds, but we watched a show with what's that dude's name from Family Feud? He was talking to the show about your parachute opening. It has to open. You were born with this parachute that is meant to sail you off into your design, the gift that you're good at. And you know what? Your parachute's not going to open, people. Not right away. It never does. You got free fall for a little while. You got to hit them rocks. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get scratched. You're going to get bruised. But eventually, people, your parachute has to open. And that is a promise from me. That if you're just trying, just try. Sometimes you just got to change the way that you think, people. And I have something for you. So if you stick around at the end of the show, I have an inspirational way of thinking from a very intelligent guy that helps people think. So yeah, you're being hustled, people. Stop watching the news and start going and getting your own facts, because there are people like me and other YouTubers out there that are actually trying to give you the facts, okay? And I applaud all of them right now. So if you're just joining us, welcome. I know I just hit a lot of people up on Instagram, let them know I was here live doing this by myself today. I kind of didn't check my text messages, and D-Man's in court, so I'm solo today and I need your help. Get on the live chat. It's over there on the right hand side down at the bottom. You click live chat and you can say what's up. Chase is already here with me. You can chat back and forth with Chase and me and anybody else who wants to come on. Today I was just hell bent on putting a bunch of funny shit up. So I have a bunch of cool ass things, It's Monday. It wouldn't be right if I didn't show you that other people's Mondays suck too. But before we go there, I had to, I don't know why, I just thought this was so fucking funny, but yeah, check this out, people. And this is totally pre-rehearsed.
Clarity, Kevin. Clarity, Kevin. Clarity. Okay, I'm not gonna keep doing this. No, I said mine. All right. So let mine. I said mine. Okay. You gonna battle or not? So what now? 10 theaters October 14th. Basically, it's my best comedic work to date, and that's why. All right. Come on, man. I was doing the plug. Okay. I got time. Okay. All right. You gonna battle or what? See, you thought you was getting Kevin Hart, but today you got Droppa.
Chocolate Droppa.
Little man, let's go. Little man. Yeah. Okay. Thunder brother. Okay. You want me to go first? You can go first. I can go first. Flip it. Imaginary coin. Oh, look, heads. You go first. Done deal. Go. I'm looking at a man considered to be weak. I see fillet of fish, but this week I'm not trying to eat. Mohawks don't come down my road. Cause when I eat ice cream, I stay true to Rocky Road. Bars. I got grass stains on the bottom of my sneaks, but that don't mean when I run that I can't do the same without cleats.
That was weak. Weak like cleats. It was weak like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I'm spiking on everybody, but I'm not using no ball. Standing up like a 6-foot building, but that don't mean you got to be tall. Bars. Walls don't get broken unless a man come through with a hammer. I'm looking at you the same way I look when I'm in the slammer. Bars. Turn the key, but you ain't no guard. I'm looking at the dude with the body of somebody that lives in a junkyard. Straps can't be worked on consistently, my G. You doing this all day, you probably got to pee.
I got great bladder control. That's number one. So.
Hey, that's my bro.
Hey, fire!
My man.
Fire!
My man.
Fire!
Smack! Bruh. So they call you chocolate dropper. Woo. Well, I got a sweet tooth, so don't test me. Woo! Plus your bars are fun size, dude. And you kind of sexy.
Oh! Wait, no.
Brother, did you just objectify me? Brother, did you just objectify me?
I didn't mean, no.
What the f is that?
No,
Hey,
what I
brother,
meant,
no,
that's not what I meant. That's not what I said. No, let me try again. No. I'll kill you. I went by AK-40. Where y'all going? Where y'all going? So y'all not gonna stay with me? All right. Hey, Kevin. Let me finish. What? No, what now?
We don't want to know what now.
No, I'm gonna finish you.
And you got on the see-through tank top, brother. You came out here with a different purpose.
Nah, man, no. I can eat him up for real. I can eat him up. No. Back up. Why I keep doing that? Stop it, Clarence. Stop it. I can eat you. No, back your up. No, not literally eat you, because you know, I know you little. I better back up. How's she doing that? Hey, brother. You're better than this, Clarity. Back up. Okay.
So if you're enjoying this, there's a whole series of these, and you can check them out. Kevin Hart's in all of them. I seen one last night with T-Pain, but this was honestly, it was the best one, so I decided to play that today. Yeah, that shit had me rolling last night, and I was just like, damn, bro. Takes a lot to kind of go out there and embarrass yourself a little bit, because that's Clarity, if anybody didn't know. All the links will be at the bottom of this once it posts, probably 30-45 minutes after. And I am solo today again. D-Man had court, so yeah, definitely go down. You're on YouTube, obviously you're watching me. Go down to the bottom right, just go over to the right, scroll all the way down, hit live chat, and come say what's up. Let me see who we got going today. Hey, everybody's here this morning. Loving the topics, cause I'm all alone. Hey Jamie, good morning. Oh yeah. What? Oh yeah. Oh no, Kevin Hart is a beast. So there's a British guy. For the people not watching, Jamie said Kevin Hart is hilarious. You should see the video he does with Conan and Ice Cube. I have not seen that yet, but I did watch a rap battle between some British guy. He's the guy that does the where he picks up somebody famous musician and sings with them in the car. I forget what that's called. Oh, and I'm going to see Kevin Hart with my beautiful wife Erin at the PNC Arena in April. So I know that thing is going to be fucking packed. So it's a social headache for real. Yeah, so on to the next one. I was just trying to find the funniest shit that I could to brighten up your Monday, and the best thing that I could find, and I don't know, I find humor in people going to the hood and doing epically dumb shit and it failing. And so I've got some kind of a medium, well, you know, just get your fucking ass kicked for what you just said, and then I have an epic one. And so, yeah, on to the next one, because we're flying right along here today, and I want to show you everything I got, so.
What's up, man? Seen you guys looked a little thirsty, like you guys wanted to get a little pop. Stop, bro! It's a prank, bro! It's a prank! They fucking suck. They fucking suck, right? I'm serious. Take that shit off for a minute.
Ooh. Oh, that hurt. Hood etiquette number one, people. When they pull up, when any one of us pull up our fucking pants, we're about to nail the shit out of you.
Hey, man. Hey, I just like you look a little thirsty or whatever. You want to slurp my balls? What the fuck? No?
What the fuck?
No, just a slurp of my balls. People tell me they taste good.
Balls, nigga?
Yeah.
What the fuck? This fucking gay as fuck.
Wait, no, what are you talking about? I'm talking about, I just got some balls, you know what I'm saying? Energy drinks. I'm just selling these and shit.
Oh, no.
Nah? Can you feel my balls though and tell me if they're cold though?
Excuse me? Do you know any places to eat around here? Yo, what's up, yo? I don't know if anyone told you I got hands. You guys want these hands?
What the fuck you mean hands?
My hands.
What the fuck you mean
dog,
hands?
bro, I'm just playing, dog. I'm just playing. I got hands, bro.
Oh, okay. This nigga.
This is just wrong right here. I would personally whoop your ever-loving ass if you ever tried to prank me and my kids were there and in this nature. He's just basically insisting, if you can't hear that, people, it's he's insisting that these people are following him. But there's a baby. Like,
Hey bro, I seen you over here walking. Looked like you wanted a quick little fade. Fade? Yeah, just a quick fade. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, bro? Nah, bro. Quick fade. We're giving out haircuts, bro.
Oh, alright.
Free haircut, man.
Oh, for sure.
Bro. I'm just fucking with you, bro. It's a prank, but there's a camera over there, man.
What's up, bro? Are you looking to get a quick fade? Like quick fade? You know what I mean? Oh, fuck! Yo, y'all arresting homegirl?
What?
Why y'all arresting her?
What's that?
Why?
No way.
Wow, bro!
Cool hat you had over here. You think I could get that? Like, I need a hat just like that, actually.
I got it at White Cap. We don't have White Cap here. It's in Valencia.
Sweet, dude.
no.
This will be
Cheap at White Cap for $7.
really? Damn, that's good, dude.
I bought one here at
See, and the dude's trying to be humble. He already
for
done
real?
invaded his
Damn,
3
so you can
feet,
get another one really
went
cheap,
into
huh?
his trunk, took
Thanks,
something
man.
out, and was just like,
Like perfect.
Hey, you're not taking it.
Wait, no, you said I could have it.
Bullshit.
Are you serious?
Yeah, fuck no.
What? Dude,
You can get one at White Cap.
no, but you just said I could have it.
Bullshit, I never said that.
You said it, bro. You've changed, bro.
Yeah, I did.
Wow, dude.
Yo, what's up, y'all? How you doing? I'd seen you guys in my area. Like, this is usually where I chill, but I was just like, it gives off the impression that you're trying to get popped. Like, are you trying to get popped? Are you trying to... Ah, bro, hey, it's a prank!
so if you don't know,
Oh, shit.
if people,
Hey,
if you
girls.
don't know, getting
Is it
popped
true the,
means he's
the
about to
blacker the
fucking
berry,
pull
the
a
sweeter
gun
the
on
juice?
him and shoot him. So he's pretending like he's gonna pull a gun
No?
and shoot him.
Is that a no, then? No?
No.
Why?
That's racist as fuck.
The blackberry.
Ah, fuck!
Hey, bro, I seen the way you look at me, bro. It looks like you want a little pop.
What the fuck you mean?
Just a little pop, bro. Just a little pop. Just a little pop. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I swear to God, I'm not gay, but can one of you guys give me a little jerkin?
What the fuck you talking about?
No, just a little jerkin, bro. No, I just ran out, bro. Nah, bro, it's a joke. Hey, bro, hey, I heard you guys want the hands. Yo, I heard y'all want the hands. You know what I mean, bro? I heard you want the hands, bro.
There went the pants.
Bro. Come on, bro, it's a joke, bro.
I seen you looking like you wanted to get up. Yeah, you want to touch my balls?
Touch your balls.
My balls, yeah. My balls.
Oh, man, I was just about to sock you, dude. Yeah.
Were you? Oh, fuck. I'm glad I didn't take it any farther, bro. Yo, what's up, y'all? I got hands. For real. You want these hands?
You got
want these hands? Ah, fuck, bro. It's a prank.
I don't know why. I could hear this on my iPad, but I can't hear it here. I don't know if you guys can hear this. I forget what he asked him. Why are we all of a sudden losing sound? Can you hear that, people? Is something wrong with my equipment? Nothing. Where did our sound go? It's like half there.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just want to see if you want to sit down the beer and slurp my balls.
Sit down, drink beer?
Yeah. You want to slurp my balls now?
Slurp your what?
Slurp my balls, bro. Bro, it's a fucking prank, bro.
So I guess I don't know why some of these are feeding and some of them aren't, and
What's up, man?
so he's
Can I get a little
basically
jerky?
pretending, asking the cop to jerk him off. I know you can hear this one.
How about you come around to the front for me real quick?
He just asked the sheriff if to jerk him off.
Am I being detained, officer?
I'll let you know in a second. Got anything on you?
Nope.
Put your hands behind your back.
I tell you what, people, the level of stupid is increasing by the day.
I was just talking about lotion, Jergens lotion.
Jergens lotion. Yeah. So that was my medium one right there. Let me check to see what you guys are saying. I can't see the live chat when I'm playing my videos for you guys. Okay, Jamie is insisting that we should play the one of Conan's Conan. And hands to teach one. Okay, freaking hilarious. We'll definitely check that one out for you. But if you think that was bad and that your Monday sucks, I was gonna write that down, Jamie. I'll make sure that I get that one for the next show because I'm always looking for some funny shit. Also, you could always send me a link, apexarttalk@gmail.com. That would definitely help me out because then I could just click on it instead of having to look it up. So yeah, like if you think that was the worst that it could possibly get for dumb people, oh man, it gets worse and way worse. Let's see, I'm gonna let this load real quick. So I thank you guys for joining me, helping me out this morning. If you are just currently joining us, we are a tattoo shop. Please refrain from asking any tattoo questions because we're here to tell your boss to go fuck off, or I am at least today. D-Man had some pressing things that unfortunately you cannot get out of. So definitely look us up though. Check out our portfolios and stuff at apextattoofactory.com. And also, you know, if you guys can't always catch us and chat with us live, everybody's here, and, you know, we can start a dialogue or something. I don't give a shit. You know, we want to talk about funny shit, news, and why you're not your own boss yet, you know. And, of course, art. You know, art was the whole reason this whole enterprise was started. And, so, yeah. Right now we are watching epic fails from dumbasses who want to pull pranks in the hood. And you are about to see probably the most serious, because I'm pretty sure they don't air the ones where the people actually get killed, like the Jalal, where he would run up and throw a fucking fake bomb into your car and see what you do. And yeah, that guy got shot. And it was on camera. We've been waiting for it to come out, and if I ever find it, I'm going to play it because, like, people don't understand. Not everybody has a sense of humor. I know I don't. On a Monday, do not come fuck with me. And I'm pretty sure most of you are the same way. I know my wife is. That's why I'm here on Monday mornings, so that she can wake up and do her thing, and I don't have to be a victim of that crime. So, yeah, like, here we go. Epic, epic, epic fails.
Yeah, I'm from out here, bro. You know, I blast people over here. You guys look like you're trying to get blasted, bro. You trying to get blasted, bro? Oh, bro, bro, it's a prank, 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 bro. Hey, it's a prank, homie. Hey, it's a prank, it's a prank, it's a prank. Hey, it's a prank, bro.
So, fool, trying to get blasted?
Blasted?
Yeah, man.
What the fuck do you mean about blasted?
Getting blasted, homie, getting shot up.
You mean trying to shoot me?
Hey, getting shot up.
What the fuck do you mean, bro?
Hey, getting shot up, bro. Oh, shit, hey, kick back, hey.
Are you fucking serious?
Hey.
All over trying to make a couple of bucks on YouTube. That's a no-go for me. This one, I'll admit, is kind of weak. But he did scare the shit out of the
How
guy.
are you? Can you drive to that right and just back your boot down the driveway? Yeah, there's just a few things I need to get in.
Like, hello, he looks like a serial killer. He's wearing gloves. I mean, this should be obvious to anyone. But apparently not.
On the back seat, it's hard.
You right?
Yeah, this one is right.
Yeah. So. Cheers. No worries. You all good? Yeah, no, all good. We'll just move this.
It's a necessity for Monday morning.
There. Could you just get at that end? Is that cool? Huh? Oh, it's just a Persian rug.
Okay, so this one's kind of long, so I'm gonna go through the tricky parts. This dude tries to prank his friend by sneaking in and hiding, and then the friend sees that there's a camera set up and decides to get an airsoft gun, which this has got to be epic.
Oh no, just gonna take a nap on the couch.
He keeps talking like he's on the phone.
No, just gonna hang out and chill. I guess I'll talk to you later. Okay, bye.
Tell you what, if you ever want to scare the shit out of your friend that pranks the fuck out of you, he pretends like he's asleep and waits for the dude to come out.
Get down! Get down! Turn around! Turn around! You got 3 seconds to get out of here! 3 seconds! 1, 2!
Yeah, that was a good one. That was actually pretty funny.
Yo, everybody, what's up? What's good? Can you get that ball? Try and get that shot.
My boy said he'll shoot it from over there for $100. $100.
Woof.
Yo, back up a little bit.
From right here, right?
You gotta be a special kind of stupid to jack a ball from a bunch of people on a court.
Stop! Can you stop? Can you stop? Can you stop? Stop! Can you stop?
Yo, can I get a shot? Just one? Just one? I just really want a shot, bro. Please, just one shot. Just only one. Just only one.
I mean, dude is in some nice jeans and a sweater and stuff.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Yo, you wanna fuck with me right now, bro? You wanna fuck with me?
No. I really don't.
Fuck out of here before I shoot.
This guy's gonna me, man. He seems like he's about to kill me.
Oh shit, man. You just fell in the creek, man. Bro. Relax, bro. Relax. Man, just a prank. Just a prank, man. Got a microphone, got recording right over there. Relax, man. Just a prank, bro. Relax. I ain't sitting here.
So the next one I'm about to play for you is the guy is pretending to be blind and is asking for help getting to his car because blind people drive, right?
Wait, where is it?
Yeah, they paid for this one epically.
Wait.
If you're gonna do a drive-by prank, oh my god, dude, what? Oh. I am really losing faith in humanity minute by minute. Sorry about that. That was really loud.
Go, 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 go.
Yeah, let's run down by the Taj Mahal acting like an escaped prisoner. They are beating the shit out of their dude.
What you looking for? What you mean, bro? You look
And
lost, bro.
number one on the entire list.
Nah, bro, you look lost, bro. Nobody lost. What's up, bro? Nah, bro, what you looking for, bro? Hey, bro, ain't nobody lost. Nah, bro, nah, nigga. Look, bro, I just got this map, bro. Look, bro, where you trying to go, bro?
Oh no, don't lose the audio. So the dude walks up and he says, "Hey man, you look like you lost." He's holding a map in his hand.
Hey, bro, it's a prank, bro. Hey, bro, it's a prank. Bro, hey, bro.
No.
Bro, it's a prank. Bro,
Is that the way?
Hey, bro, it's a prank, bro. Bro, it's a prank, bro. It's a prank, bro.
What's the fuck this for, nigga?
It's just my prank, bro. It's just a prank, bro.
This for?
It's a prank, bro. I swear it's just a prank.
for,
It's just a prank, bro. It's just for YouTube, bro. Just for YouTube, bro.
YouTube, nigga, follow me on YouTube, nigga. D&I Mike, nigga. 88, I be rapping and shit. Follow my Instagram too, D&I Mike.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. I'll shout you out, bro.
Stop playing like that, nigga. I'm
Okay.
from Stokely, nigga. We don't play like that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so like if you want to start a YouTube channel, people, use your brain. Like, I mean, come on, dude. Is that the way you wanted your legacy to be? Yeah, homie got shot. He didn't even do no hood shit. He was doing some prank shit. Oh my goodness, man. How do you tell that story? You know what I mean? Oh, you had an uncle, but your uncle died asking people if they needed directions in the wrong way and got shot. Oh man. Hey guys, if you're just joining us, welcome. We are discussing Shitty Mondays. Yeah, and if you would, I'm solo today and I need your help. If you go over to the right hand side and down to the bottom, you'll see live chat where Jamie, Aaron, and I think Chase is still here. Chase is probably under a crawl space under a house somewhere, so he has bad reception. But yeah, so we're just skipping through this show right now where we talk about all kinds of fucked up shit. And we are like burning it up, people. I didn't even make it halfway through my list, so we're gonna skip to art today. And yeah, I'm gonna post them when the video posts on the page, and I actually have 3 trending things. One of them was really good. An older, I want to say, what is it? I can't think of the ethnicity, but it's a Asian descent gentleman that, you know, is it's a granddaughter of this man, and I guess the grandmother was worried that when he passed that nobody would be around to pass on his legacy, so she made a video in his memory. And it is really cool. I mean, it's definitely going to jerk the heartstrings a little bit, but you know what? She was able to make it at least into YouTube's trending status to spread this guy's memory, and it was good and it was awesome. And then, yeah, there was the Justin Kilgore from whatever that singing audition thing is. There's so many, I don't even remember the freaking names. And then a really, really quick one. If your life was a video game, how would your friendship ranking chime in? And, well, shit, we'll play that one real quick because it's only like 10 seconds long.
Man, this has been a lot of fun. I feel like I've gotten to know you so much better. Oh yeah, same here. This weekend has been the best.
You feel like your bond with Sungwon has gotten deeper. Sungwon now feels comfortable enough to fart around you.
I'm good with staying at rank 4. There's no going back.
Yeah. There is no going back from that. When you bust ass in front of your friends, that's going to be a true testament to whether they are your friends or not, because some of them farts are unforgiving. But yeah, so today, you know, I started this show knowing that I could talk about art twice a week and bring you something to challenge your imagination, that anybody can be an artist. I get it all the time. Oh, I don't know how you do this. All I can draw is stick figures. Art, people, is a lot of things. And I was looking up different forms of art, and I was like, you know what, this one will probably hit home for a lot of us. A lot of us go to the beach, and you know, I don't know to what extent North Carolina gets a lot of driftwood, because most of our stuff is coming from England, but or up north anyways. But I found some pretty cool driftwood art. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this down a little bit because the music sucks, and just kind of go through a little bit of what... Oh, it's not playing. There we go. What people have done by finding pieces of driftwood. Now, this, I went epic right off bat. Was I'm sure that took a little bit of time, and it does kind of look like he modified some of the pieces to fit the way that he wanted, or she wanted. There is no Marcus Schronrock, but I mean, this is pretty epic, people. And if you don't think, like, you're just like, oh, this is cool, this is dandy, imagine how much one of these pieces goes for it. You know what I mean? In an art museum, or that somebody wants, you know, a business wants for their enterprise. I'm going to skip through this because there was a bunch. This is 4 minutes long. Yeah, he's going through them pretty quick. Yeah. So that was a wild boar. And basically, there's a lot of pieces of wood in this. This is just kind of like the sculpting with welding. Oh, those are awesome. So he's got a couple of storks, and these already look like they're in a museum. I saw a plaque in the background. So I don't know if it's on display in an outdoor park or what. But generally, you know, you can tell these pieces have been modified because he's either sandblasting them or sanding them himself. I would think that he was sandblasting them, because driftwood doesn't float in and be all pretty like that, I don't think. I don't know, I guess there's all kinds of driftwood. But we are running low on time, so I'm going to skip right ahead to the next one, because you don't have to make animals to make art. That was just one. And let's see. There we go. And if you're familiar with our show, Spectrum decides to fuck us every, you know, just about the last 10 minutes of every show. The internet starts slowing down. And as I said before, you'll find all the links to this stuff at the bottom of the page after it posts. Yeah, I mean, sometimes standalone driftwood, I really like this because this is abstract. You know, there's lots of people who just, you know, finding the right way to stack it together can make an epic piece. And there you see they've made a table out of it. Oh, seashells on flatboards. This was my favorite right here. And I don't know if that's an epoxy or a paint, but that was awesome. Chandelier. And if you can imagine, to the people, like, honestly, make one. Take your time, use your brain, you know what I mean? Stack it together, and then put it up on eBay and auction it. You know, when I was first trying to show my children that you didn't have to be a tattoo artist to make money, I painted a picture of Martin Luther King, and we've showed it on others on one of our other live broadcasts, and I just put it up on eBay and for 10 days and put it out on auction, and it went for $300, in which then I pulled it down. I just wanted my children to see. I often have the hardest time getting rid of my own art because I'm so, like, stoked about it that I don't want it to go anywhere. So, But, you know, there's people out there that will pay good money to decorate their beach house or you know, find the decor that matches what exactly they're going for. And there's so much, watch HGTV. I mean, there's so much going on in the world, refurbishing old furniture and stuff that people will buy this stuff just to fit the decor of what they're going for. And so we'll go to the last one, and then I'll end it off with my inspirational, hey, there's my email. See? I do check my email, people. And here's the last one. If Spectrum will let it play. And I think this one's got good sound. I think somebody's talking on this one.
One remarkable artist uses those stray pieces of wood to create towering and intricate masterpieces. Jeffro Uto utilizes driftwood, which he finds near his home on the Washington coast. Then he makes art projects which can range in function from huge sculptures to household furnishings or elaborate trim.
Damn.
Jeffro's website states, every project that rolls out of the shop enjoys the same careful construction, whether it's a rosebud made from cedar shavings or a commissioned sculpture. Some of Jeffro's driftwood furniture includes coffee tables, living room chairs, and even small bar setups. Each piece has an almost vintage appearance due to the imperfect lines, holes, and indents of the driftwood. Jeffro also has a line of unique sculptures. Some of the pieces can be described as abstract sculptures, while others depict creations such as crabs. How do you like Jeffro's work?
I like Jeffro's work. So there you go. That was quick and easy, and those were epic pieces. There's a lot that most people don't know. Wood is an awesome thing. My grandfather was a master craftsman. He loved making things out of wood and different color woods. He loved to make things function and bend and move without having a single piece of metal. So basically he would create a wood dowel that he would, you know, hammer it in and make a joint bend. But when you apply clear coat to a lot of woods, you just bring out everything about it. It's just like when you pick up the driftwood was probably wet and it caught your eye, but when it dried out it kind of looked plain again. If you just take like a clear coat lacquer or what is it called, can't think of it off the top of my head right now, polyurethane, that was it. And I've seen some epic things, people, like taking a indented coffee table and pouring that in there. It'll make it look like you have a stream in your coffee table. But hey guys, I really appreciate you guys coming on to the live chat today and chatting with me. You guys rock. I can tell that you also have Monday off, or that you work later in the day, so I do appreciate you coming on. For everybody else that is at their table working and sneaking in this video, you know, we appreciate you too. Our whole goal is to empower you. Oh, that was just wrong. Again, we are a tattoo shop. You can get all your answers to most of your questions without even having to ask anything. You can go to apextattoofactory.com and check us out. Definitely make sure you check out Chris Bizzano on Instagram, BXZZANO. And, you know, we get all of our stuff done here by Murky's Apparel. And I think that if you look up these two guys, you're going to eventually hit a spot called GroupX, GRUUPX.com. And these guys have joined up together to make sure that all your shit is in line so that when you do decide to start that business, you will be on top. And they do it because the internet is important. That's why how I'm talking to you. That's how we're able to communicate right now. And so yeah, definitely hit them up too. If you have any questions or you know, want to help me out with a topic, Jamie has a funny video that we're gonna play next week. apexarttalk@gmail.com. Attach it and send it, and we will play it. Most likely, if you send me a dick picture, it's over. You know, you're getting blocked. And if you can't watch, but you can listen, maybe you're a truck driver or something like that, you can always listen to our podcast on SoundCloud at ATF Art and Entertainment Talk. And yeah, so I really appreciate you guys joining us. Hopefully we'll have D-Man in here on Thursday, and you won't just have to deal with my ass. But I do have one last thing for you guys, and I'm going to play it as the show runs out. You do not have to see this to understand the message, and the message is having, what is it called? Limitless passion. If you guys don't know what it's like, 90% of the reason that you're still where you're at is because of the way that you're either perceiving something or doing. And if you simply just change the way that you think about it, it will change you. And I know this personally because I've actually you know, had a chance to talk to somebody who taught this method of thinking, and I'm telling you, it was everything that I needed to just take the final steps and be the limitless passion person. So I want you guys to have a great Monday. We'll be back with you on Thursday, same bat time, same bat channel, and definitely enjoy this free of charge, courtesy of Tony Robbins. Y'all have a great day.
My mom wanted me to be a truck driver because that would mean I would make $24,000 a year if I went to Truck Masters, and that would be twice what my father made. And she thought that would happen, but something inside of me said, I don't want to drive a truck. There's something else that matters more to me, and I decided I was not going to go for money instead of passion. And the rewards have been pretty amazingly better than being a truck driver. It's not bad being a truck driver, it's just not what I was after. And I look back, and one of the things that helped me was my original teacher, Jim Rohn, who was a personal development speaker. I went to hear when I was 17. He said something the first time I heard him, and he said, you know, it's really simple. If you want life to change, you got to change. If you want life to be better, you've got to get better. It's the only way it happens. And luck will show up for people, and it'll leave them. But if you're constantly improving who you are and what you give, game over. People ask me, what does it take to be happy? I always tell them one word: progress. Progress equals happiness. Even if you're not where you want to be yet, if you're on the road, if you're improving, if you're making progress, you're going to love it. You're going to feel alive. On the other hand, it doesn't matter how successful you are. If you stop growing, you start dying inside. I've always had this belief: if you want to be successful at anything in life, never leave the sight of setting a goal without doing something that commits you to fulfillment. If you get, like, you're in state, right, when you do something. While you're in state, that's the time to commit yourself to something that makes you follow through. So I'd call somebody up, I'd schedule something, I'd lock in the next meeting, I'd sign up for the class, I'd enroll the guy who was going to mentor me, I'd set the meeting with a mastermind of people I met. I did something so that whatever I committed to, there was something when I went home that would pull me there. It's structure. This could be the greatest time you ever live if you control what you focus on, if you find a more empowering meaning, and if you decide to model the actions of those who succeeded before you. It can be the best financial time, the best emotional time, the best spiritual time of your life, but you better take control of your state. And if you think you're going to do it just by today, you're wrong. You're going to need to get yourself some rituals. Right now, every one of you in this room is controlled by your rituals. I don't just mean this one. I mean, every morning you get up. I know your body. I can look at your body right now, and I can guess your rituals. Some of you, your rituals to work out 5 times a week, I can see it clearly. 4 to 6 times a week, it's obvious. Because you couldn't look like that if you didn't do that. Some form of workout. I don't care if it's walking, lifting, whatever. Some of you, it's obvious that lifting weights is part of it. You can see by that man's muscles. I know what his rituals are. Because your life comes from your rituals. If you don't develop the ritual, you're kidding yourself. How many agree with me on this? Raise your hand and say, I. And there are rituals that put you in state, and there are rituals that take you out of state. But if you've got what you know, that focus, the target, and you got the toolbox, and you're still not getting what you want, it's because you got inner conflicts. That's the third pillar. You've got to resolve your inner conflicts. Because that, as I try to explain to you, 80% of success in anything is your psychology, and 20% is the mechanics. So those inner conflicts are when you take 2 steps forward, you pull 3 steps back, right? When you say, boy, I'm totally committed to this, but you don't follow through. This is my expertise, the why guy part. Why?
Why do you keep saying you want this? You have crystal clarity, you have the tools, and you're still not getting it? There's a conflict in you. Align your life with what is most important to you. And then once you are in a position where you're aligned, guess what you'll do? Take action. You won't even have to work at it. When everything's in alignment, there's nothing pulling you away, boom, you go for it. Progress comes when you tell yourself the truth and you're able to feel the uncertainty and take action anyway. The thing that stops us all is fear. It's no surprise. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, fear of not looking good. And that fear we could translate into the simple thing of uncertainty. Now, when you look at someone who's incredibly successful, you look at someone who's truly a leader in their life or in their field, the one thing they have in common is they exude this sense of certainty. And where's that come from? Is it inborn? Are they lucky? Are things just going their way? No, great leaders know how to step in the uncertainty and bring the certainty to the situation. Most people in life, we really feel like the level of stress in our life comes to how much of life do you feel like you control, or how much does life control you? Do you tend to control more of what's going on, or events controlling you? It's very easy to have those events start to take control unless we take control of what's between our ears, our own mind. You see, what you and I focus on massively affects how we feel, whether we're thriving or surviving. If you focus on what you can't control, if you focus on the past, if you focus on what's missing from your life constantly, that pattern of focus will make you frustrated, overwhelmed, depressed. It won't even matter if you're taking antidepressants. If you keep focusing on what you can't control, what's missing from your life, you're going to feel depressed still. You can take as many antidepressants as you want. Focus equals power. If you want to thrive, you got to focus on what you can control. You got to focus on the difference you can make. You got to focus on what's already in your life that you're grateful for. So you got to find a story that's going to empower you to act. A story that's going to get you to find the breakthrough. Because otherwise, with a lousy story, you'll never find the strategy, or you'll come up with a reason why it's too expensive, you can't get there, you can't access it, or you'll even get the strategy and then half-assed apply it just so you can reward your story that says it doesn't work because I tried it. Resourcefulness is the ultimate resource. And if you don't have what you want, stop telling yourself the story because you don't have the money, you don't have the time. That's bullshit. It's because you haven't committed yourself where you would burn your boats. If you want to take the fucking island, burn your fucking boats. And you will take the island because people, when they're going to either die or succeed, tend to succeed. But most of us give ourselves a way out, and that's why we don't have what we want. I was thinking about where this journey began for me, my desire to serve. Every day before I get on stage, I do this thing to whip myself into a peak state, and then my last words are, use me, Lord. That's my prayer. And every day my goal is to be a blessing in people's lives. Just do more, give more, share more, create more. And what you need will be there. It's like air. You don't stop to think about when you take a breath whether it'll be there or not. It's always going to be there.
Yeah.
You just got to do your part.